Alrighty adventurers, finally back out the front of Scarborough. It's April, it's getting close to time for squid and winter whiting, so I've come out just to check whether they're around yet. Like I said, it might be a bit early. Let's see how I go. I'm going to throw 3 jigs over, or about 3.5 weighted. I'm going to do the good old pink one. May not be able to tell. Nice pinky, a nice stem where I put a whiting on. This was always a killer, and a new one from BCF there. You can't see, but it's a nice dark green with a rainbow pattern underneath, so I think it's going to be a killer. Let's give it a go, eh? Right, I've got the 3 jigs out now, just drifting along with the current and the wind. It's probably right on high tide. That's one thing to point out with squid, is that they prefer the slack water, so the change of tide. So I'm right on high tide. I've got a southerly or southwesterly wind pushing me across the weed beds where the squid usually tend to be in the winter time. So hopefully pick up a couple at least. See what happens there. But whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to throw out a couple of hooks with some bait on it, just in case a nice snapper or something else comes along as a bonus. Let's try that out. Right, the sun's coming up, as you can see. First drift didn't pick up any squid or fish, so I'll come back and reset. Going for another drift. Moving along pretty nicely now because the tide and the wind are working together. Alright, for winter whiting, I'm just going to cut up some strips of squid, or just use the legs. They look like worms, and it's one of their favourites. Also harder for them to get off the hook, so you keep using it a few times. So we've got a double hook set up. It's number 6s, and I'm going to put a dropper sinker. It's like a dropper setup, because they usually sit around the bottom, so you want it right down the bottom. It's a whiting. Work out whether that's a winter whiting or summer whiting. What was I saying? Yeah, the winter whitings don't have a size limit, but there's no point keeping them under. There's no point keeping them under 20. They're just too small. Starting to get its spots, meaning it's a winter whiting. Even if it isn't, it's 24 centimetres. Hopefully you can start seeing the dots. That's when you get them straight out of the water first. There's no real dot pattern or mottling, but you'll see after some time it'll start getting some black little or darker stained patches on it. If you can see those, and that means it's a winter whiting. So it looks like they are round. Yep. So not a big waste of the morning. That was one in there. Missed it. The thing with the winter whiting is that you've got to find where they're sitting at the time. They'll be in patches or schools, so you just got to find your drift, find where they are, keep drifting across them all the time. One little squiddy. It's a big one. Got a good sign. It was on the killer too. Okay, drift number 3. One whiting, one squid. And I give it a nibble. First drop here. I don't think it's on. So missed it. Dropped it. Damn. Okay, squid jig out. It's already got a squid on it. I just dropped it and it's already squid. Getting better. That was instant drop. Couldn't even wait for it. Oh, already got one here again. It's on rainbow. Killer. Jesus Christ, I shot it. Another one on rainbow killer. Come on, killer. This one's got a squid. Got a squid on this one. Killer again. Green rainbow. We go with a bit of action over here. Yes, squiddy on rainbow killer. Rainbow killer. Bit too small, so I throw her back. Well, no action now at the end of the run again. Means I've drifted off the weedy area. So, time to go back and start the drift again. Drift number 4. A few squid on that last run. Big one just in case something goes crazy. Snaps. Another one. It's another little squire. Hold it. Yeah. Now this run. Spoke too soon. Yeah. Another wintry. That's what I'm after. Come down quickly. Big hit. It's a bigger squire. squire. Fighting whiting. Fighting whiting. Couple of squid, couple of whiting, so they're starting to come around. Not in big numbers, but it's looking good. Come out again with some worms and try it that way. Thanks for watching and see you next time.